See and sure, we're going to start with an hourglass or a quarter square triangle. And because these two are identical, we get to do them starting with squares instead of triangles. You're going to have 2 of fabric 9, 1 of fabric 6, and 1 of fabric 2. These are 5.5-inch squares. You're going to put one on top of the other, mark your center, sew 1/4 inch on either side, and get 2 half square triangles that are 6 and 9, and then you'll do the same with the fabric number 2 and get 2 half square triangles that are 9 and 2. You're going to take 1 half square triangle each. You're going to butt them together. This will be a square. You're going to butt them together so that the 9s are opposite. Mark your center, sew on either side, cut in half, and then you're going to trim these to 4.5 inches by 4.5 inches. You can also construct them the way that the instructions say by cutting into the triangles and sewing them together. I like doing them in the half square triangles and then the quarter square triangles because I'm dealing with less bias. So for the warm, again, we have fabric 2, 6, and fabric 9. For the cool, you have 5, 6, and 13. Okay, constructed exactly the same way, but you've got 2 quarter square triangles there, 2 quarter square triangles here. These start with 4.5 by 2.5. You are going to put 2.5 by 2.5 inch square on the bottom, and you're going to mark opposite angles. You're going to be making 2 flipped this way and 2 flipped the other direction. You're going to have opposite angles with fabric 1 and 2. You're going to have opposite angles with fabric 1 and 5. That's your flip and sew pieces. Next, we're going to do 3 color mirror image geese. We're making flying geese. You're going to start with your 5.5, and then you cut them on the diagonals to get 4 of these triangles, okay? You're going to take 2 of them, and you're going to make flying geese here and here, and then you're going to reverse the other set here and here. Okay, so you're going to make 2 geese like this, and then you're going to make 2 geese like this. The way we make the geese, we're going to sew triangle on one side from the bottom to the top. You're going to flip that to the triangle on your seam. When you sew the other piece on here, you're going to flip that to the other side so that when you look at your seams in the back, they go in the same direction, and that point is very flat on the top. So your mirror image geese are going to be here. You have a number 2, number 9 and 1. So your warm. On your cool, you have number 5, 1, and 13. You're going to be making 2, 2, 2, and 2. You are going to take your flip and sews and you're going to put them together. When you sew your mirror image geese to your flip and sew, you are doing this so that the whites form a large triangle. You can see that the white forms a large triangle on either side. You'll be making 4 of these: white, triangle, triangle, big triangle, white, small triangle, medium triangle, big triangle. The warms, and you're going to do the same thing with the cools. So you can see the whites, again, are forming the largest triangle when you sew your flip and sew to your 3-sided goose. It's a little tricky. You will have 2 of each of these. We're almost there. These are just all the components. We are almost there. I'm making 4 different flying geese. Same technique as the last time that we just showed, except, easier. These are all the same colors. You have, let's do it according to the book. Triangle number 1, which is fabric 6 and fabric 13. And then you have fabric 1 and fabric 5. We have fabric 6 and fabric 9 and fabric 1 and fabric 2. These are for your cools and these are for your warms. Once you're here, you're going to sew these together. You're going to have 2 each. That's all the components. So now let's put it together. We're going to start with the warm. Our center, this is the center of our shore block. We are going to grab our hourglasses, and the fabric number 6 goes towards the center. Then we are going to grab our pieces that we made with the geese, and the 6 also goes towards the center. And then we're going to take our mirror image blocks. They're going to go 2 on each side. They go here, 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 and here. When you put the mirror image corners, the white is on the outside, and this forms a triangle here. This one is the shore block, and we're going to kind of put this on the side, and then we're going to build the C block. So let me just keep moving it. That's your center. Then we're going to take the hourglasses, and on the hourglasses, again, just like the previous one, the 6s go on the inside. Then you're going to take your flying geese blocks. Again, the 6s go on the inside. And then on your 4s, the whites go on the outside, and these match up to form the triangles. Okay? Whites go on the outside, and these form up the triangles there. So that is sea and shore. We are getting close. These are our, let's see, center, intermediary. This is our last set of putting together before we put our borders on. So we are going to keep videoing, and we'll see you next month.